Hello, hello, hello. This is Divas Cooking, Travel and Fun. Golden Bronze here. And I am about to fix some barbecue turkey bowls. Now this is a barbecue turkey over cheddar mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and carrots. It takes about 15 minutes to prep, 30 minutes to cook. And I have already prepped it. So I'll tell you, we have yellow potatoes, Brussels sprouts, carrots, shallots back here, dried sweet cranberry. This is cheddar cheese, barbecue sauce, salt and pepper, butter, sour cream, and we have the barbecue seasoning right here. So I did the prep ahead of time for the sake of not taking 2 hours for a video, and let's get to it. We are first going to cook the potatoes. I don't use hydrant water. I use bottled water for everything, for cooking, drinking. I just don't trust the hydrant water. Too many chemicals and particles. So we have here, I have the Idaho potatoes. You leave the skin on them and cube them. Add them to the water. And this is not called for, but I always use some sort of vegetable bouillon, or in this case I use Better Than Bouillon seasoned vegetable flavoring. I add a little bit of that, about a half a teaspoon, to the water, and it just makes the potatoes taste better when they're cooking. And we're going to do the potatoes and let them get going. While the potatoes are cooking, we're going to saute the vegetables, and this is olive oil. So I'm going to heat up some olive oil in a pan to saute the vegetables with. So in the heated oil, we're going to add the shallots, the carrots, and you use like a tablespoon of olive oil, and the Brussels sprouts. Mix that up. I'm going to let that cook for a little bit. The decadent aroma of the shallots is so delectable. It smells so good. So we're just going to stir it up and let them soften up just a little bit and cook. And in a separate skillet, you'll add half a tablespoon of olive oil. Heat that up, and we're going to get the ground turkey going. Now you can use ground turkey, chicken, beef, pork. I prefer either chicken or turkey. I don't eat beef or pork, but whatever protein you want to use is what you can use. And we'll let this heat up here real quickly. The vegetables only need to cook about 4 to 6 minutes. You don't want to get them overly cooked, and you don't want the shallots to, burn. You just want them to be caramelized, so you need to stir it up consistently. About 4 minutes will do it. Now we're going to add the ground turkey. Let me take it off the stove. Ground turkey, and chop it up real good. So it is ground up. I'm going to get a fork and do that until it's good and brown, golden brown. Alrighty? So just do it like this until it's ground and brown. To this, I am going to add some salt and pepper, and I'm going to use a little bit of Lowry seasoned salt. The recipe that I got this from really just called for iodized salt, but I did not want to use iodized salt, so I'm just putting in a little seasoned salt. and pepper to taste. Probably more black pepper than salt because I do like pepper. We'll check on this some more. Looks like it's about done enough. So we're going to turn the fire out from under it as it's done its job. Nice and fresh and crispy. You don't want to overcook your vegetables because then you lose all the nutrients. I'm going to add probably 1/4 teaspoon of minced garlic to the ground turkey just for flavoring. Again, that's a my choice add-in. Some people don't, but I happen to like shallots, onion, garlic, all the flavory stuff for foods. That's what brings the flavor into it, the spices. So let me just brown this and brown it some more. Ground turkey is white meat, so it's not going to look like ground beef, but it is almost done. It's browning a little bit. As you can see, the vegetables are done. The potatoes are back there cooking in vegetable broth, which flavors them more. And pretty soon we'll finish this up. All right, the turkey is brown. Now we're going to add in some barbecue sauce. Let's stir that up real good after I get it all added in. I put this in a little baggie, but I like I think it's called Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. My daughter turned me on to that a few years ago. Stir that up. I think I'll add some more to that. Hold on one moment. All right, we have all the barbecue sauce added in it. And we're just going to turn off the fire and let that simmer for a minute. Actually savor in the sauces is what I meant to say, for a minute. Now that this has simmered in the barbecue sauce just for a minute, we're going to add the barbecue seasoning to it. Stir it up and let it cook for maybe a minute with the seasoning. While the barbecue turkey is simmering a little bit, we're going to turn the fire back on low and add the dried cranberries to the vegetables. Stir that up. Let that cook for like a minute. Here you have like your carotene and your iron and all your nice nutrients, antioxidant, and the cranberry, very nutritious. I'm gonna let that simmer for a minute. I'll be right back. After the veggies have cooked for a minute, you add a little salt and pepper to taste. We'll start with the pepper. You add a little salt. And let that simmer 30 seconds. And then we're good with the vegetables. While the potatoes are finishing up, I am going to fix a cucumber tomato salad. And I have literally washed off my cucumber. And I have washed off my tomatoes. I'm going to use a purple onion, and I'll get this peeled and be right with you. So what I've done here is I peeled the cucumber and I cut them in halves. That's a big half. In halves. And the same with the tomato. So I'm going to add cucumber, and I might have to cut up the third tomato, or maybe during the week, and then I'm trying to make enough to last me the week. Half of the tomatoes, half the cucumber, and I use the purple onion, the purple sweet onion. So I'm gonna add, and I just put that in kind of fourths, add that in, I stir it up a little bit, and then I come back and I add the other half in just one moment. I'll be right back. So, as I said, I have the cucumbers, tomato, and onion, and I made a cucumber tomato salad, and I used Italian dressing, zesty Italian dressing. However, if you want to, excuse me, make your own dressing, you use vinegar, a fourth a teaspoon of sugar, and a little water, seasoned salt, black pepper, mix it up, and you pour that over the salad. So now we're going to mash the potatoes. We're going to mash the potatoes, so I've drained the water off of them, and we're going to put 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to add just a little bit of garlic, not a lot. We're making garlic mashed potatoes. A little bit of garlic. Sour cream. We're going to mash the potatoes. The mashed potatoes, I left the skin on them because there's a lot of nutrients in it, but you mash it up really good and then add some black pepper. I love black pepper in my mashed potatoes, and add a little salt. You don't need a lot. And then you add the cheese, actually. Add cheddar cheese to the mashed potatoes. So we have garlicky mashed potatoes, garlicky, cheesy mashed potatoes is what we have here. So the cheese will melt and the potatoes will just be real cheesy, and I'll be right back to show you what it looks like. And here is the completed meal. It is barbecue turkey bowls. So the barbecue turkey over the garlic cheesy mashed potatoes with vegetables. I would like to add to wash and clean your vegetables before you cook them and prep them, and enjoy.